All right. So, welcome. Let me make sure this is episode, or I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks because I had to go be a soldier. So, I'm back. I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right episode. Is this episode 6 that I'm on? Yeah, I'm on episode 6. Um, Welcome to episode 6 of My Thoughts No One Asked For. Um, Yeah, I've been a soldier for the past 2 weeks. I'm in the army, if none of y'all knew that. And I'm finally back. And I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot of things to say. I got a new PC. So I'm multi streaming right now on Twitch and TikTok. And I love that for me. So if you're on TikTok and you want to come to Twitch, come on over at It's Your Girl Asia. Come join me. If you want to stay on TikTok, that's fine. Do whatever you want. But yeah, I definitely had to get a new PC because I was having some issues before I left with my last stream that I did. It was just a lot of glitching and buffering and all that stuff. And I was planning on getting a PC, but like not anytime soon. So I've been like trapping off a mini PC for so long. And it did enough. It got me through. But now I I had to just go ahead and commit to buying a new PC because it's about that time. I was kind of forced to, so I have it like right over here. So sorry if my fans are a little bit loud, but yeah, I'll fix that later. Honestly, I really didn't want to like hop on stream today. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, I'm just not feeling too well, having some like stomach issues and all that stuff. So I don't feel that great. But I already took 2 weeks off to work from working. Um, and so I would have felt really bad and annoyed that I like threw off my consistency if I didn't stream today. So that's why I'm streaming today because I don't want to ruin my consistency streak. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Um, I have a lot to talk about. These past 2 weeks have been really interesting. Oh, wait, before I start yapping, hold on. Before I start yapping, let me share my stream one more place. Hold on. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to yap about. I have a lot on my mind. I have a lot on my mind. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where to even start. And let me say this first. I just want to say this. I really I really do not care who feels whatever type of way about whatever I discuss on my stream. Okay? This is my outlet. This is my platform. Um I try to confide in people. I try to rant and vent to people, and I get shown why I shouldn't do that every single time. So if I want to come to my platform and rant about some shit and get things off of my chest, let me do that. I don't care who feels any type of way about what I talk about, what I mention, what I allude to. This my shit. I can talk about whatever I want. Don't piss me off. I won't talk about you on my stream. That's simple. It's that simple. Because if you piss me off, if you annoy me, if you frustrate me, if you interrupt my peace in any type of way, I'm probably going to talk about you on my stream. Vaguely, of course. But like, I'm just letting that be known because like that's something that's like never going to change. I'm always going to express myself. This is my outlet. I've been looking forward to hopping on stream for days to get shit off my chest because I just feel so like built up with just like, just so much aggravation. But anyways, let's just get into it. I'll just go ahead and talk about overall my experience with my Army training over the past 2 weeks. Usually it's not something that I look forward to doing every year. It's like an annual thing. And yeah, it's not something I usually look forward to because just being around people constantly for way too long at a time, I don't do very well with that, like at all. So I wasn't looking forward to it at all, and I was definitely like struggling with it. I tried to go like be positive about it at first, and okay, it's only 2 weeks, you'll get through it, it won't be too bad. It wasn't great. It was honestly a little terrible. Honestly. And the past 2 weeks have been one of the probably the most interesting social experiment I've ever been a part of, or probably since high school. And I feel like it's even more interesting as I'm an adult because when you're younger, it's not much that you expect from people, right? You're all kind of experiencing a lot of things for the first time, and you know, a lot of y'all are going to fuck up and do things wrong, and a lot of things are just expected, right? But I feel like as an adult, I think that I have this expectation that adults are supposed to operate a certain type of way, generally speaking. Like, I be thinking that adults should, be at least a little bit mature, or should have at least bare minimum decent communication skills. That there shouldn't be like any type of pettiness or like catty high school type of energy. These are all things that I generally assume adults are supposed to like be on the same page about. Hey, Jenna. So yeah, that might just be me though. I don't know. Might just be me. So then just throughout the whole experience, I have just like witnessed people move so weird. So first I'm going to start with like female friend groups. So I've had my experiences with female friend groups, and it's something that I grew out of pretty soon, like probably by the time I turned about 17, 18. And seeing it now as a 22-year-old and seeing other people around my age still operate in these female friend groups, but it's almost like it's not, they're not viewed as like friends. It's viewed as more of like a clique. And like it's just very much, we all have to move and think one way. I am not that. I am my own individual person. I have my own thoughts, my own opinions, my own perspectives. I make my own decisions, and I have always been that way since I was a kid. So as an adult, female friend groups just aren't for me. I do much better with individual relationships and dealing with individual people. When you're dealing with a group of females, for some reason, thank you for the follow. For some reason, they think that you all have to move as one and operate as one. And it's like, that's not me. I'm my own person. And I think as you kind of, they feel you start to grow out of that, they, wait, let me read y'all comments. You was in the Army. Yeah, I am in the Army. I've been in for like 5 years. Next year is my last year. Hopefully. I don't plan on re-enlisting, but we'll see. I literally knew a female friend group in high school, and they were worse than bullies if you were in their way or new in school. Exactly. Yeah, I met. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. The Army's been all right. I kind of wish I would have joined like another branch. But yes, what you were saying about female friend groups, what's crazy is, and this is my point. As an adult, they still operate like that. Out of high school, they still function like that. It's a little bit different, and it could be a little bit more subtle in certain ways, But it just truly amazes me how I'm watching people who pay bills, who probably have kids, who work real grown up jobs, and who move. They just act like they're like a high school clique. And for me, I don't respond well to stuff like that. I can do individual relationships, but I can't be a part of a group where people think, oh, just because y'all all want to do this, I'm just supposed to move. And it's just also, it's like certain people, it's almost like you're forced to have relationships with people who you don't really have anything in common with. And I don't know, it's just not really my thing. So just to witness it in real time, where I'm like, this is exact, like I saw a visual representation of the dynamic that I do not want as like female friends. Like in real, like I just saw it in front of my face. And one of the things that really opened my eyes and was really like, oh yeah, this is why. Oh, you said you got hurt? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. This is one of the main things I was like, oh yeah, see, this is why I don't have any like female friends right now. Not to get like too specific, but I'm just gonna say how like I don't know this girl. I don't talk to her. We're not friends. None of that. I was upset about something. I felt the need to express why I was upset because I'm the type of person, I'm not fake. So I don't like to ruin anybody's mood. I don't like to be that person that's like just grumpy in any bad mood and nobody knows why. So I was like, I'm going to just be straight up. Look, I'm not in a good mood. I'm not feeling that great. I'm just I'm front and honest with y'all right now. And so she felt the need to console me and to reassure me and to overall just hype me up to make me feel better. Did I ask for this? No. Did I think it was a little bit overboard? Like it felt like a little bit much? Absolutely. But I'm also the type of person where I'm like, if someone's nice to me, they're nice to me. Like I'm not going to sit up here and complain about it. So I later then find out, and I'm going to speak very vaguely, that she was just pretty much being a fake individual and that her overcompensation for like trying to like reassure me and hype me up and to make me feel better was because she and kind of directly but indirectly played into a part why I was upset and I didn't know. So basically you're in my face acting like you're cool with me and you're trying to be all buddy buddy in my face, but behind my back, you kind of don't really have my best intentions at heart. Not even kind of, you don't. I find out that you don't have my best intentions at heart. So then I'm just like, okay, see, this is why I stay to myself. I'm like, this is exactly why. Because people are weird. People are weird. I don't go around asking anybody to hold my hand, to wipe my tears, to comfort me, to do nothing. People will willingly just be weirdos. They'll just willingly try to do things for you and be there for you and be kind and friendly just for them to actually not really fuck with you at all, or they have some kind of like secret animosity. And it's like, well, why did you come? Like, why are you bothering me anyway? I'm not walking around with a sign saying, please be my friend. Please be nice to me. Please coddle me. So I find it very, very odd when people do that willingly. And it's like, bro, I didn't even ask for none of this. Like, I don't even know why you're all up in my grill, why you all up in my face. I don't need none of this from you. So I thought that was extremely odd. And it turned me completely off. And it threw my whole energy off. And I'm a person, I'm going to talk about this more a little later. Maybe in a YouTube video, actually. But I am a person that absorbs a lot of everyone's energy around me. I assess people all the time. I pay attention. I am not only extremely self-aware, but I'm extremely aware of anyone around me. How they move, how they talk to people, how they treat people. how they say things, who they say things to, who they don't say things to. I pay attention to all of that. It's not intentional, it just happens, right? And it's not because I'm like super nosy and I care about what things are going on. No, I want to be aware of who I'm around and who I need to keep my eyes out for. So after that happened, where I was just like, oh, you're a weirdo, I didn't have to say anything to this person. I just love how my aura and my energy just gives off. Like when someone knows that I don't fuck with them, I don't even have to say nothing. And I love that for me, because the fact that you know what I know, and you know I'm not with that weird shit, and I don't even have to say it. I don't even have to articulate specifically why I feel some type of way or why I think you're weird. You just know based off my energy, how I carry myself, or the fact that I completely ignore you, right? You know not to speak to me. And I love that for me, because it's letting me know that I'm presenting myself in the way that I intend to. Like this person in particular was so weird. Literally, like the day before I found out that this person was just fake, she's like, oh, you want to come out to dinner? You want to come hang out with us? No. Do I look like a bitch that wants to be buddy buddy and clicky clicky with anyone? I'm constantly in my own world. But I was just like, maybe I just think shit like that is weird. Like I don't go around begging people to like pick me up and be my friend. Like I am not that girl. So just for you to do all of that, just for me to find out that you're actually an extremely fake individual is odd. And I try to keep everything very cute, because I'm like, okay, in a couple of days, I'm never going to have to see these people again. So let me not never have to see them again, but I'm only going to have to see them like once a month. And I'm about to get out the military next year. I'm like, you know what? Let me just stay away from the weirdos. Literally, as soon as I tried to be social, even a little bit, try to be friendly, even just a little bit, I always get like bit in the ass. And I always get reminded, Asia, just stay in your isolation for a little bit longer. Like that's what I feel like when I have these little situations, these weird interactions with people. That's what I feel like that's what I'm being told, and that is the lesson that I should take for right now. So yeah, overall, let me go ahead before I move on. I'm going to restart my TikTok live. I actually love that I can multi-stream like with no problems right now. Like I really appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Well, let me add like another. Ooh. Okay. All right, let me make sure. I'm just checking to make sure my live is still good, because my shit be tripping. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good. Mm-mm-mm. I'm so glad I went ahead and bought a new PC, because this really makes stuff so much easier for me. I swear. I'm just trying to double check before I keep going that there's no issues on my stream. But yeah. Okay, you can still hear me. Okay, bet. So, anyways, so yeah, that was generally my experience for the past 2 weeks, just like interacting with a lot of weirdos, witnessing a lot of weird things. And I don't know, I just noticed that I need to really work harder to like protect my energy. And I just really need to continue to do what I'm doing, but definitely do more to protect my energy so I don't feel too like a sensory overload or too anxious when I'm around so many different personalities and energies all at once for like a long time period. So that's mainly what I took from it. But I'm not going to say, even though the situation rubbed me the wrong way, I'm not going to say that like I feel, even though I said I was like, okay, well, this is why I don't have any like, female friends right now. It's not something that I'm closed off to. Like, I would definitely say more so in the beginning of the year, even last year, I intentionally have not been seeking friendships, romantic relationships, anything. I have not been open to it. I have not been wanting to consider it. I haven't cared about it. I've simply just left it alone. And now I can say that I actually am open to it. I'm open to it. I'm open to uh building a relationship. I'm open to building genuine friendships, people that actually care about me. I just think what I'm learning now is being on the spectrum and having ADHD, autism, whatever you want to call it. I'm learning how much it's playing such a huge role in my relationships and how I interact with people. And something that I didn't realize that I did was that I do try to stay generally knowledgeable about most most disabilities or like mental illnesses and stuff like that, so I can understand people better. Because for the most part, like it's not often that there's like most people walking around and it's like nothing wrong with them, like they don't have something that they struggle with. So, and I didn't realize that I intentionally did that. Like, I really did go continue to research things, certain character traits and like common things in certain people that deal with different things, so I can be able to understand them and know how to communicate with them properly. And I feel like people don't do the same thing with me. And I mean, they don't have to, but I don't think that people, when they're interacting with me, that they realize that I am on the spectrum. Or maybe they just aren't, they may see that I talk about my ADHD and how I got on medication, but they may not understand the capacity of it. They may just think like, oh, she just can't focus and like she can't shut up about stuff. Like, they probably just think that it's something very minor that I deal with. But there's like so many, if you are dealing with someone with like who's bipolar or who or whatever, who deal with anything, if you go look up and do certain research or speak to people with that similar struggle, it lays it all out for you. Like, you can literally see, oh, these character traits, this is what's common in this person that has this. That makes sense because this person in my life is exactly like that. And I'm just learning that I have to just like, one, get more neurodivergent friends. I need that. I need that because I feel the most seen and the most understood with those types of people. Also, I'm learning that I just have to speak about it more. I just have to like damn near write it on my forehead so people are aware and they consider it when dealing with me, because I hate like just getting labeled or getting called like I'm being too serious, or I'm being too, sensitive and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, no. Well, I mean, yes, I am a sensitive person. Just generally speaking, yes, I'm sensitive, right? But also, I'm just I say that, yes, I'm a very black and white thinker. Initially, I'm very black and white. I do operate and consider the gray area, but that's not my initial go-to, because common sense, I'm like, okay, not every single situation in the world is going to be black and white. It's not going to fit in a box. So that's where I'm able to consider and operate in the gray area. But initially, and for a lot of different decisions or situations, or as far as how I view something, how I view stuff is mostly black or white, because if I operate in the gray area too much, I will just be confused, because oftentimes I'm often not going to get that clarity or that reassurance to take me out of the gray area, right? So if a person is acting very standoffish with me, right, by their actions, they're acting like they want nothing to do with me. They don't want to be around me. They're not texting me. They're not calling me. They're not checking on me. Just based off their actions, that is what I get from it, right? The gray area can be, they probably do want to talk to me, do want to hang out with me, do want to be my friend, but they're dealing with X, Y, and Z, or they are, I don't know, dealing with insecurities, their own mental shit, right? But they do want to do these things. They do want to interact with me and have a relationship or friendship with me, but they just can't, right? That to me isn't, I can consider it, right? I can consider the gray area. I can consider that because it's very much so possible. But it's like, if that's not communicated, or if that constant behavior is repeated over a certain amount of time, I'm just going to go what makes the most sense to me, right? And it's not me trying to be difficult. It's not me trying to make everything about me. I just go with what makes the most sense. I'm not trying to do all this mental gymnastics to try to read people's minds. I'm starting to realize people who aren't on the spectrum like to do this thing where they say what they really don't mean. They say things that they speak in puzzles and riddles, and they want me to do the work to figure out what they're really trying to say. Or even sometimes they won't even say anything. They'll just like do different things, and they'll want me to pick up on it. And it's like, I'll be able to observe like, hey, you're trying to get me to figure out what's going on. I just don't care enough to try to like piece it together. And so that really, really frustrates me when people are just not clear. With me, the easiest thing for you to do is to be direct. That's the easiest thing for you to do. If you're not 100% real, to my face, clear, crystal. All right, well, I had to just cut off my stream because I think my Wi-Fi went out in my neighborhood, and I'm just gonna finish recording. So I'm just trying to keep a positive attitude. I just bought a brand new PC. I was running multi-stream on Twitch and TikTok at the same exact time, and then all of a sudden my internet crashed, and my dad just upgraded our Wi-Fi too. So I think it's like storming right now, so I don't know if that's why, maybe that it like went out. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit annoyed because I'm like, bro, I was supposed to have no issues. Ugh. I wasn't supposed to have any issues. None. Stupid Wi-Fi. But you know what? Stream cut out, but I'm gonna keep recording so I can upload these clips and upload the stream on YouTube. It's cool. I can do this myself. Gonna keep it pushing. It's all good. It's all good. So Lord Jesus, I'm trying to keep it together. All right, so if I remember correctly, I picked up. So if I remember correctly, I think I picked up what was I talking about? See, now my ADHD is kicking in. Now I gotta, Lord, I can't remember what I was talking about because my fucking stream, my internet cut out of the blue in the middle of my stream. Anyways, um, overall, I think I was just talking about like my experiences with people and how like I am open to relationships and stuff, but I just want people to be able to always consider, at least mostly consider that I am on the spectrum. I can't do the mind reading. I can't do the trying to unpack your thoughts and discover the real meaning behind what you really feel. No. Be upfront, be direct with me, be clear. That's the best way you can be. But that is something that I'm really, really learning recently. It's like I have to spend time and be around people who are more cautious of me being on the spectrum, because it's like I oftentimes feel myself going crazy because I feel like people choose to misunderstand me on purpose a lot. They intentionally choose to misunderstand me, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off. It frustrates me so much. And I'm like I'm probably too emotionally intelligent at this point and like too mature for my age. But I've done so much work, like intentional work to not even perfect, but just to better my communication, better my, the way that I understand people, better my ability to accept outside perspectives and criticism. Like I've intentionally done that work over the years, that if you were speaking to me a few years ago and you were trying to accuse me of not being understanding and trying to treat me like I just didn't want to hear what you had to say, I wouldn't even be able to argue with you. But me now, the version of me now that I've worked so hard to get to become, this version of me now that I've worked so hard to become, yeah, you're not going to make me feel like I'm not me. You're not going to make me feel like I'm not a great communicator, because I am. You're not going to make me feel like I didn't articulate myself the clearest way that I could have, because I did. You're not going to make me feel like I didn't reassure you and make you feel like you were heard, because I did. I'm wait like I if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm always open to being wrong. But like when I know that I'm not wrong, or when I know I intentionally reassured you multiple times as I was speaking to help you not feel like I was confronting you or that I was attacking you, and you still choose to feel attacked, that's not my problem. That's not my problem no more, because I know and literally did intentionally do the work to specifically make sure that the outcome of this conversation isn't you left feeling any type of negative way. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want to ruin anybody's mood and blow anybody high. But what I'm not going to do is be fake and just shut my mouth because I got to tiptoe around everybody's feelings, and I got to bite my tongue. I can articulate myself in such a good way to where I can express my frustration with you about something and not come across mean, confrontational, or angry. And sometimes, even if you do that, even if you dumb things all the way down, people will still choose to be offended. I'm realizing that at this big age, people love choosing to be offended by everything. Even if you say everything right, you say it in the perfect tone, you use the perfect words, you don't cuss, you reassure them in their feelings. There's been so many conversations I've had with people where I've been like, you're not even wrong for what you did. You're not even wrong for how you handled that. I'm just trying to show you my perspective and trying to explain to you, and I'm just trying to express my point of view to you. I just want you to understand how I feel. You're not even wrong. You're you. We're not going to handle everything the same way. I can't expect me out of everybody. Everybody's different. So that's perfectly fine. But even when I still do that and I'm like, you're not wrong, reassuring them, they still try to take the angle or walk away from the conversation feeling like, well, I just don't feel understood. I just don't like that you said anything. And I'm just like, well, damn, what can I say? I just feel like people make me feel like I can't do anything right. I can't express myself. Then if I don't express myself and I act all grumpy and I hold everything in and then I go off, then I'm wrong too. And it's like, what do you want from me? Am I allowed to express myself or am I not? And I'm starting to getting pushed more to the point where like people who make me feel like I'm not allowed to express myself or don't make me feel safe to express myself, yeah, I'm getting the fuck on somewhere, because absolutely not. Like I'm just not finna do that. I'm not finna be around, near, close to anyone who is making me feel that way. Like I said, old Asia, yeah, for sure. A lot of that can be applicable as far as me not wanting to listen to you and me being a terrible communicator and expressing myself out of pure emotion. Absolutely. But me now, no. You're not going to make me feel like I just didn't do all this work for years because you aren't on the same level as me, as far as you probably have not, or not even probably, you haven't done the work on yourself to be able to not take everything as confrontation. So even if I say it in the best way anyone possibly can, you're still gonna be offended because you don't even want to hear, you don't even know how to accept anything out of anybody's mouth that isn't agreeing with you, or that isn't, I lost the word, but that isn't like aiding whatever your bad habits are. And you're choosing to push that away, and you're choosing to now make now you're choosing to make me feel like I'm wrong, when it's like, no, you just don't know how to communicate properly. Okay? So anything that I say, however I say it, you're going to take it wrong. You're going to take it wrong. And that's not my problem. I'm sorry. I've done the work. You're not going to make me feel like I haven't done the work. I've done the work. You're not going to make me feel bad. Sorry. It's not going to happen. Not happening. Sorry. The fuck? Like, please. We're not doing that. So that is the conclusion that I've reached as far as trying to be cool with people, trying to be cordial with people, and trying to maintain relationships with people who just make shit harder than it needs to be. It's like, bro, if I feel like I can't even say nothing, I can't even fucking look the wrong way, or even look like I have an attitude, or even say anything, then I'm just gonna leave you alone, because that shit is so suffocating, and I truly cannot deal with it. Like, I absolutely cannot. And I don't know, maybe I'm too emotionally mature, maybe I'm just too aware of myself, I don't know, but like, it's so draining coming across people who, it's so draining feeling like you're constantly getting punished for like treating people right, because you're coming across people who don't know how to handle the way that you treat them. They don't think that they deserve to be treated the way that you're treating them, right? They're used to toxicity or bad communication, and you communicate the right way and in a healthy way, and they like reject it. And it's kind of just like, I find myself running into this issue quite often with people who are not great communicators and who don't know how to deal with even just decent communication. Like, everything has to be combative. Even if we're not on bad terms, they have to try to find a way for us to be on bad terms. They have to try to make a fight out of something. They have to try to make an argument out of something. And it's like, God damn. Like, why can't we just be cool? Why can't we just be on good terms? Why can't everything just be copacetic? Like, what? And so I'm learning, like, people haven't done all the work that I've done. Like, some people are learning things. Me interacting with certain people and already doing the work I have is probably teaching them something about themselves that will be the start of their journey to be able to grow. So that's just the way that I try to look at it, like in a more positive way. But I don't know, it's just getting really draining, like feeling like I always do my part. Like, I do the best that I can on my part, and I feel like it just doesn't get me anywhere because people are never trying to do their best on their part to be able to maintain an evil playing field for a healthy relationship, friendship. Like, it's just like people barely even like themselves, barely even know how to handle their own thoughts or to deal with their own shit, to even figure out how to communicate or operate with me properly. And I'm not anyone's therapist, so I'm not sticking around to teach anyone that. Like, I'm not doing it. So I don't know. It's frustrating, but it definitely doesn't, like, any negative situations I may have with, like, friendships or relationships or just people in general does not make me feel like, oh, well, I'm just never gonna, like, find my people. I'm just never, like, just fuck everybody. Like, I'm never just gonna be solo dolo for the rest of my life. Like, I'm very confident that I will find my people and that I will be appreciated. I think right now I just don't feel appreciated by certain people because they're not in the space in their life to appreciate someone like me right now. Someone who is kind, understanding, patient, who gives chances after chance, who's just very reassuring, who's very gentle. I just don't think that that's something that certain people can appreciate right now because they don't even operate like that within themselves, for themselves. So, of course, with the person like me, they're going to reject it. And I'm very confident, like, that I'll be appreciated and I will find my people. I will find my tribe. So no matter how many negative situations I experience from, like, boys, I'll never, like, give up on, like, finding love and, like, having a family and all of that. Like, I'm never going to give up on any of that stuff. Like, I'm very confident I'll find my people. It's just right now, I definitely think it's best for me to stay in my isolation phase just a little bit longer until I find those people naturally. Well, those people will find me. The more that I, like, grow and elevate and step into my higher self, my people will find me. So, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm happy with that. But yeah, I did want to, real quick before I moved on to the next thing, I did want to just reiterate about me being on the spectrum and how it just affects my relationships overall. I'm just going to start being more open about it. Like, being more open about it on my platform, on my streams, on my YouTube, when I'm talking to people, so they can understand me more. And hopefully, that'll help people that I interact with open up more as well. I'm going to connect with more neurodivergent people, and so I don't feel alone, because I think oftentimes I do feel a little bit nuts based off how people treat me. I feel a little bit crazy sometimes because I feel like people just don't understand me, or they just don't, they choose to misunderstand me when I'm just so clear. And just people make things so difficult and they don't have to be. And I'm just like, I don't want no beef with nobody. I don't want no problems. I don't want no issues. And, like, I don't know. I just don't, I hate when people take me out of my zen mode where I'm so happy and calm and like just living a great life, and then like people just like move weird with me for no reason. I'm just like, you know what? Here we go again. You know, people being weird with me when I'm like nothing but nice to them, but it's okay because I'm going to continue to be blessed. I'm going to continue to go down the path that I'm going, and everything's going to be great. And anyone who's funny acting with me, who's weird with me, stay where you're at. As you see me elevate, as you see me continue to accomplish all the goals that I've said that I was going to accomplish, don't come bother me when shit is more comfortable and beneficial for you. I want everyone who has said fuck me or who's acting like it's fuck me to stay where they at. I want everybody who has been weird to me, who has been funny acting with me, who has played in my face, who's lied to me, who's been straight up mean to me, to stay out of my life like forever. Like that rekindling shit, yeah, I'm kind of over that. No shade. That's done. That's a wrap. You can no. Like I'm over that. All that nice shit, all that, oh, I understand. All of that, it's a wrap. I've given people way too many chances. I've been nice for way too long. I've been way too kind. To keep letting people play in my face, it gets me nowhere. It has gotten me absolutely nowhere. So I'm done with that. So yeah, if you have acted like I don't exist for however long, continue to do that. Continue to do that. If you were cool with me one day and you weren't the next, continue to do that. If you act like I don't exist when it benefits you, continue to do that. Continue to do that. Don't pop up out of the blue whenever you want or when you see this video to apologize, to try to tell me anything, to comfort me, to do shit. Stay out of my life. I want funny acting weirdos who don't have good intentions with me to stay out of my life. Go away. I want nothing to do with you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want a happy birthday. I hope you're doing well. Get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. Stay out of my life, please. Please. What else did I want to talk about? Looking at my docket right now. That was it. That was generally it. I didn't really get into I didn't talk about anyone but myself today. That's crazy. I didn't talk about anyone but myself today. There hasn't really been like a whole lot going on like in the media and online and stuff. There's a lot of like music talks that I want to have, but I just kind of wanted to rant and vent and get everything off my chest that's been bothering me like the past few weeks, because like, oh god, it's a lot going on. But I do plan on starting my YouTube back up next week, hopefully. I don't know, soon. So I'll be doing my YouTube and my streaming as well. I'm just overall definitely trying to like do better. My priority right now is definitely my mental and overall physical health. Like I want to walk around feeling as great as I possibly can every single day, both mentally, physically, like just all the way around. And I also want to continue to stay creatively stimulated. So that's my priority right now. Again, I really didn't even want to stream today. I really wasn't in the best mood. My Wi-Fi cutting out kind of pissed me off. So hopefully, not even hopefully, next week and moving on, I'm going to make sure that I don't have any more live streaming issues. I'm pretty certain it wasn't a computer thing. I think our Wi-Fi literally just went out. So, yeah, but I'm glad I just went ahead and kept recording, and I kept a better attitude. Because from my earlier streams, that shit can completely throw me off. But yeah, hopefully I can continue to try to create the best live stream experience, because this is supposed to be like an interactive show. So it just kind of bums me out when, like, technical issues happen, but it happens and we move on and we keep it pushing. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode 6. I feel much better after like getting all this shit off my chest. And yeah, have more content coming, more streams coming up, more ways to elevate this entire experience. And yeah, thank you for watching episode 6 of My Thoughts No One Asked For. Bye.